Tell me, bro. Visible? Tell me, guys. Is it visible? Okay. But mic didn't work. How? I hope I'm audible to all of you. Right? Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Guys, in no problem. In today class, we are going to discuss something about the NCL or growth. Okay? Yeah. Tell me, guys.
Yes. Yes.
Before understand NCL or growth, first of all, you need to understand uh, the basic structure of the company. Every company have different structure. Again, I'm telling every company have different structure. Fine. But for example, I'm just telling you one basic scenario, or you can say the structure. For example, this is floor. For example, 11th floor. For example, this is the 11th floor. Okay. And on this 11th floor, let's suppose there are multiple users are there. And for example, on this floor, our new client is going to set, for example, the name of the client is any, for example, Facebook. Clear? Everyone. For example, this is our new client and this client is going to sit on which floor? 11th floor. Done? Anyone have any doubt? It's clear? Now, all the user will connect their PC with the LAN cable. Yes or no? Are you tell me, guys? Yes or no? Yes? For example,
Yes, sir.
on this floor, there are access switch. What is this? This is access switch. And that access switch will be connected. For example, this is the PC. Maybe this PC is connected like this. This PC is connected like this. Getting my point? This PC is connected like this. Or this PC is connected like this. Yes or no? Everyone, tell me, guys. Right? Tell me. Clear now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
Basically,
this is switch number 1 and this is switch number 2. And both switch is also connected with the, you can say, stack cable. Which cable, guys? Stack cable. Okay. For example, like this. Clear? Everyone. So you do not need to configure both switch. Okay. Now, if you configure one switch, all the configuration automatically will save on switch number 2 also. Clear na? So that is the benefit of stack. Clear? Tell me, is it clear?
Yes.
sir, once more, sir.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Now, after the access switch, there will be a concept of distribution router. Right now, everyone? Oh.
Yes.
For example, now we have a concept of which one? Distribution. Okay. For example, this is the DR. This is the distribution router. Clear? What is this? This is distribution router. This is 1 and this is 2. Clear? Everyone.
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
after access switch, you said stack switch and stack cable connected.
Between
Um,
switch 1 and switch number 2. Yes, both switch are connected with the stack cable. So we are not going to consider two different switch. When you use the stack cable, you will consider both switch as the single switch now. Okay, na?
and this access switch is directly connected to DR.
Yes, now access switch will be connected with the DR. And these are
Okay,
the users. These users are connected with this access switch with the help of LAN cable. Okay?
okay,
This
sir.
is the normal LAN cable. Okay. Now,
Okay, sir.
this is the access switch. This access switch is going to connect with the DR like this, like this, like this, like clear? Everyone, can you tell me? Right? And that is not the LAN port, or you can say LAN cable. This is the fiber. Right now, everyone, this is fiber, and that is called uplink. Either you can say uplink or either you can say trunk. Getting my point, everyone? Are tell me? Clear now? That is trunk
Yes.
link. Okay. And on every access switch, how many trunk link we have? 2. Right now? Why? Because of the redundancy. If one will fail, we have a second one. Clear now? Everyone? Are tell me?
Yes,
Clear?
sir.
So, okay, do one thing. Just remove one thing. So, for example, we do not have a stack cable now. Okay. Think like this. We do not have a stack cable. We are considering both switch is a different way. Clear na? Everyone. Okay. If you connect the stack cable, then you do not need to 4 uplink here. Fine. Na? 2 uplink is enough. Clear? Everyone.
Oh, why, sir?
Okay. Brother, see. For example, if you have 2 switch and you connect the stack cable, it means you are considering both switch as the single one, na? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
You have a DR1, you have a DR2. So for
Yes, sir.
example, if you connect uplink like this, one is here, fine, and one is here. For example, if it will fail, you have second one. And both are single one, na? Both not are different. We don't think both are different. This is single one.
Yes.
So in this case,
So
only
it's
one will.
already created redundancy.
Yes. Clear na? Everyone. I hope you
Yes,
guys
sir.
understand.
So what is tower, sir?
Sorry, what is
Tower?
tower?
Yes, you told in many class that's tower one, tower two.
Tower is nothing. Tower means, for example, building. Understand building.
Oh, okay, okay.
Tower is nothing. Tower is a building. Clear
Okay.
na? Okay. So this is the uplink. And on this uplink, all the VLAN is allowed. All VLAN is allowed. Fine. For example, on this floor, who is sitting? Facebook is sitting. Let's suppose Facebook is using the VLAN number 180. Definitely on this floor, there will be another program also or another project also. Yes or no? Yes, na? For example, these are the Facebook user. They are going to use which VLAN? 180. And for example, this is the different project. For example, this is the Dell. So, and this Dell is using the VLAN, for example, 190. So that is the different program. Yes or no? Yes, na? Everyone. So we must need to create this link, these link as the trunk link. If you do not configure this link as the trunk link, what will happen? Only one VLAN will be allowed. But as a real-time network, we don't want. Only one. Because on a single floor, there will be a multiple client or multiple project is running at the same time. Right now, everyone. Clear? Now, here, generally between the DR, we are connecting. This is not which cable, stack cable. This is not a stack cable. This is the normal link. This is the normal link. Now again, you guys will ask, sir, why we are using? Basically, we are using for the redundancy. For example, if one DR will down, what will happen? You have a DR number 2. Getting my point? Or just assume like this, every configuration which you configure on DR number 1, every configuration will be just replicate on DR number 2. It means same configuration on DR number 2. Done na, everyone. And here generally we are running the HSRP. And according to the HSRP, one DR will be the primary and one DR will be secondary. For example, here I change the priority 105 and here I do not change the priority. It means by default priority will be, guys, 100. So it will become the active and it will become the standby. Clear na? Everyone, tell me, guys.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, VLANs where it is connected, sir? Actually, access switch lona like a distribution switch lona.
VLAN always connected with the access switch, brother.
Only say okay. S1, S2 is there. That is connected, sir. Places.
Create VLAN here. This is only trunk, and through this trunk, here you need to allow the VLAN. Here you need to write the command switch port trunk mode allowed VLAN, and then you need to write the VLAN.
Okay.
So
If it is allowed the VLAN, it is identified the DR, sir. Actually, VLAN 1, VLAN 2, VLAN 3.
yes,
Actually,
it will, because whenever packet will reach on the DR will make the entry in the ARP table.
okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, for example, after this, there will be a concept of firewall. Okay. So this DR again connected with the firewall, and both firewall is again connected with the this link. This is what, guys? Firewall. Because you want na every traffic which is going from your company will pass through the firewall, right? Everyone. So that is the firewall. Are they clear, everyone? Yes or no? Tell me.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. Now, there is that is ISP. For example, this firewall is connected like this, maybe. Fine. Tell me. Clear? This is what? This is ISP1, ISP. Done na, everyone. I hope it's clear to all of you.
Shubham,
Please.
I see there are no redundancy physical cables to firewall, to both firewall.
Both firewall, you are telling.
Mm.
Yes, we can connect like this. Now, fine.
Yes.
That is connected.
Nabil was telling there is no redundancy between the DR and firewall. If this will goes down, there will be no other one. So that's the reason we connect like this. It will provide the more, you can say, redundancy.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, this is the normal topology, and I think 90% of the company is using this type of topology. Clear na? Understand? Are tell me. Now the thing is how the thing will work. You need to understand. Then you will understand the new client launch. Okay? I didn't understand now. Tell me. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
Now, for example, come here on the access switch. First of all, what is the new client? Facebook. Right? Everyone. New client is Facebook. So definitely Facebook will use any subnet. Yes or no? Are tell me. Right now. And generally this is the LAN network. Yes or no? This is the LAN network. In LAN network, we are using the private IP address or public IP address. Who can tell me?
Right.
Private.
What is the range? 10.0.0.0, then 172.16.0.0, and then 192.168. For example, 192.168.0.0 like this.
02.
Tell me yes or no. Right?
Yes.
This is the basic private IP address. Clear? Tell me guys, yes or no? Yes, na? So
Yes,
here,
yes.
here in your LAN network, either your company will use this one, or this one. Yes or no? Yes. It means these are the PCs. So these PC will pick the IP address, and that IP address either belongs to this network, or this network. Yes or no? Yes? Tell me. Clear?
Yep.
Now, first thing, what you will do, for example, for you, your new client is, what is the new client? Tell me guys, what is the new client?
Facebook.
Facebook. So for Facebook, what you will do, you will create the VLAN, right? For example, you create on access switch, on both access switch, what you will do? You will create the VLAN. I hope everyone is aware about how to create the VLAN, right? I'm not going to tell you these type of things, guys. Right now, tell me, right? On switch 1 and on switch 2, what you will do? You create VLAN. What is the VLAN you are using? For example, 180. Done on switch number 1 and on switch number 2. Are you clear now? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is this visible to all of you? Are you tell me, guys? Is this visible?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Yes.
We are going to do the thing on the access switch, right? Tell me. Right now.
Yep.
So on access switch, the first thing what you will do, you will go to the in configuration mode and write the command VLAN 180. Right? Everyone. When you write VLAN 180, you have to write the name. Right now. For example, name is what is the client? Facebook. Right
Facebook.
now. Facebook, for example, Facebook data. This is the name of VLAN. Done? Everyone. Are you tell me, guys? Yeah? So by this way, you can create the VLAN. Now, after that, tell me one thing. What is this? These are the uplink. I told you, na, these are the trunk interface. Yes or no? Tell me, guys. These are the trunk interface.
Yep.
Right? For example, this is gig. This is gig 1/1/1. This is 2/1/1. This is gig. This is different switch. So 1/1/1. And this is gig 2/1/1. Clear now, everyone? These are the name of interface. Any problem? Anything? Is this done? Understand? Okay. Now what you will do? You need to configure both interface as the trunk. Right na? Everyone tell me. So what is the command? Interface gig 1/1/1. After this, what is the command for trunk port, guys?
Switch port mode trunk.
Port mode trunk. But generally, in a company, we are not running this type of thing. We cannot run directly switch port mode trunk. If you write directly switch mode trunk, it means every VLAN is allowed. Right, na? Everyone. Every VLAN will be allowed. But in a real-time network, we are not doing these type of thing. We will allow only those VLAN which is configured on your floor.
Yeah.
On this, how many VLAN is configured? 180 belongs to Facebook and 190 belongs to Dell. Right now, everyone, tell me. Right? So you will allow only 180 and 190, not every. Okay, na? So what is the command?
Switch port trunk
Switch
allowed
port
VLAN.
trunk
Allowed
allowed VLAN.
VLAN IDs.
You
180.
can, yes, 180
And
and 190. Tell me right now, everyone. Clear? Tell me, guys, yes or no? Same thing, you need to write how many times? This is different interface 2/1/1. Right? Yes, na? Tell me, guys. Now, on this switch, what you will run? Same gig 1/1/1. And here, same 2/1/1. Clear na? Everyone on both switch 1/1.
Sir, it is right the name also. Actually, VLAN 180 is in nothing but a Facebook data is writing now. It is allow switch trunk port allowed only by Facebook data.
Not getting what are you telling?
Actually, VLAN 180 number is there actually, and upwards, and downwards is there. Name is the Facebook data. Show the port trunk allowed for VLAN Facebook data is accepted, sir. Maybe.
No. You need to write the VLAN number always.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Just a minute. Okay. Now, after this, what you will do, guys? You need to configure these are the access port. Yes or no? Right now, everyone. These are the access port. So you need to configure these access port according to the required VLAN. For example, these two ports belongs to VLAN number 80 and these two ports belongs to VLAN number 190. Yes or no? Yes, na? Tell me. Right?
Yeah.
Guys. Okay. For example, this is port number gig 1/0/1. This is gig 1/0/2. Here, for example, gig 1/0/1 and gig 1/0/2. Fine? Tell me yes or no. Right now. So on switch number 1, you need to move these two ports in VLAN number 180, and on switch number 2, these two ports in VLAN number 190. Yes, na? Everyone. So how can you move, guys? Who can tell me?
Interface number.
Gig /0/1. Fine. After that, what is the command?
Switch port
Switch port
mode
Which port
mode
mode?
access.
switch port mode.
Axis.
Then
Switch port access VLAN
port access
one
VLAN
180.
180. Then and same command here you will run for which one? 102. Done na? Because both interface belongs to which one? Tell me. That is for switch number 1, right na? Everyone. Now for switch number 2, what you will do? You will configure the same, but VLAN number is different, right? Tell me, guys. Right now, here same, only VLAN number is different, and here port number is also right. Anyone, any doubt? No, na?
Sir, both this one different same, sir. Up one is writing some commands and downward is coming some so allowed and trunk and allowed access VLAN.
Where?
Actually, switch number one and switch number two both are is using same one as
Both are same. Now, I just
okay.
moved these two port in VLAN number 190 and these two ports in VLAN number 180, brother.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Okay.
And I'm writing one line. What are the basic configuration we do on access port? We already discussed in our previous class, right? Tell me. Clear na? Why you guys are so silent? On access port, what are the configuration we are doing? In previous class we discussed. Now everyone, yes or no? Right now, switch port host. Tell me, right now, switch port, no negotiate, multicast label, broadcast label, everything we discussed in the previous class. Fine. So on access switch, basically, these are the things you need to do. Clear? Everyone. Tell me. Clear na? Now come
Yes.
here. This is the all configuration you have to do on the access switch, nothing else. Now come on DR. On access switch, you already created which VLAN guys? 180, right now. So on DR also you need to create the one VLAN. Yes or no? Tell me. Tell me guys, yes or no? Yes? See, think here what I will do. On DR, what you need to do, you need to create again VLAN 180 because this is your new client. Right now, I'm not going to discuss about the Dell because this is the old one. Okay, so their network is already there. So on DR number 1, you need to create first thing VLAN number 180. You need to write the name. Done? Anyone, any doubt? It's clear? Are tell me guys, yes or no? Yes,
Yes,
na?
sir. DR number
Yes.
180 190.
Now come on to the DR. I'm writing only DR. Okay, DR means whatever the configuration you will do on the DR number 1, same will be on the DR number 2. Yeah. So what I did, I just write the VLAN 80 and name is this one. Done? Everyone. Clear
Yes, sir.
na?
Yes, sir.
Now, after that, what you will do? Okay. Tell me one thing. This is the basic thing I told you in the previous class also. For example, whatever the network you provide for the Facebook, you are providing 180. 180 means what will be the IP? For example, your company is using, for example, your company is using 10th network. What is 10th network? Right now, private one. So, what will be the subnet? 10.10, for example, 10.10, then 180.0. Are you tell me yes or no? /24, for example.
Yes.
Yes or no? And this third one is telling about the VLAN.
Facebook.
VLAN.
VLAN.
Okay.
VLAN.
All the users are using this subnet. Fine. For example, I am just taking. So it means as a network engineer, what you want? I want only this subnet traffic should be allowed here. Yes or no? And rest should be blocked because what I am expecting on this floor only this subnet VLAN is sitting there. If any other VLAN is or any other uh, network is sitting, it means definitely that is not accessible. Yes or no? Yes, na? Are tell me.
But there is Dell VLAN.
Exactly. Because here you create the subnet or create the network only for the Facebook, na? Yes or no? For example,
Yes.
if Dell users come here or sit here on this set, definitely Dell user will not able to access the different thing. Yes or no? Because for every network, every subnet is reserved for the different client. Yes or no?
Yes.
Try to understand like this. For example, Dell is using any application XYZ. It is not mandatory. Facebook is also using the same application. Is it possible? No. Right now, for example, Facebook is using any application. Let's suppose Facebook is using the ChatGPT. It is not possible and it is not mandatory. Dell is also using the same application. Right? Different client have different requirement. Getting my point? So that's the reason in a company, every clients have different network. Understand? It's clear? Tell me. Right now? So
Yes, sir.
this is helpful. Why? Because whenever you will allow something on the firewall, you just need to allow on the particular subnet. For example, I will allow, for example, Dell is using, sorry, this is Facebook. Facebook is using the chat GPT. What I will do, I will go onto the firewall and I will allow chat GPT on this network, 10.10.180.0, this network. What will happen? All the user who is sitting here is able to access chat GPT and all the user who is sitting here is not able to access chat GPT. Understand everyone? Is it
And
clear
the
to all?
same, sir, same network client that is allowed to chat GPT and different network client not allowed to chat GPT.
Yes. Yes. So that's the reason every client want different subnet. Otherwise, it will create the mess. Yes, na? Because as a network engineer, you must follow the client's requirement and client security. Right now, none of the client want their application, their data should be shared with anyone. Fine, na? So for every client, there must be a different subnet. Fine. So on DR, you need to create access list. What is guys? What you need to create? Access list to filter the traffic. How you will create? Any idea? Tell me. See, we are going to discuss on the DR. Okay, na? So what I will do, I will create the IP access list. Then any idea? You can tell me what is the command? I already told you in the class.
IP access list 180, for example.
You need to mention standard or extended. For example, extended. Fine. You need to write the name. For example, name is Facebook data. This is the name of access list. Nothing else. Done? Are you tell me? Clear now? Now, what you will do? First of all, you will deny all the class A, B, C IP address. How? Deny IP. You are telling source will be any. What you will do? You will do source will be any. But if they are trying to access 10th network, getting my point, wildcard mask will be /24. So subnet mask is /24. So for /24, what is the wildcard mask? 0.255.255.255. Yes or no? Tell me guys, yes or no? Yes, na? So I will create the rule number 1. I will create the rule number 2. What is the rule number 2? In rule number 2, I will block the class B also. 172.16.0.0. I will block this one also.
But Shubham, das ist ja mit Subnet Mask 24. Wildcard would be 000 255.
Okay, yes, that will be 0. For example, let's suppose /8. Okay,
Yes,
then
that's
fine.
fine.
Now here 192, 168, 0.0. Done. So what I did, I just block every network right now. Yes or no? Yes. And lastly, what I will do, I will permit. Which one? Only the Facebook subnet. That is, what is? I am telling permit IP if source will be 10 dot 10 dot. What is? What was the source? 180.0.
180.0.
Fine. Getting my point. Mask will be, for example, same mask 0.255.255.255. Right? Tell me that is the source. And destination will be any. Please allow it. So it means if I create the access list, what is happening? Only this one is allowed. Only this one is allowed and rest are blocked. Yes, na? Everyone, tell me yes or no.
Sir, these are writing only for firewall, sir. Actually, the VLAN, sir.
Sorry?
These extended VLANs are writing where it is switcher, sir, inside switcher. Otherwise,
On
firewall.
DR, on DR, brother, on DR.
Okay, okay.
On DR, generally we configure the access list. On access list, on access switch neighbor. Okay. Now, after these things, guys, you already created the VLAN 180, right? Na? Yes or no? Right? Now here you need to create the SBI. How? Interface VLAN 180. You know, na? How can you assign the IP address? What is the IP address? IP address. IP address also belongs to the same subnet. Yes or no? Tell me, guys. 10,
Yes.
10,
Same subnet.
10, 10, 180. For example, 2. For example, 2. 255, 255, 255 dot 0. Fine. Whenever you create the IP address, you need to write the IP helper also. What is IP helper address? What is the use of IP helper address? Who can tell me? I already told you.
For DHCP.
Yes.
For DHCP.
Here, DHCP. Fine. DHCP address. Your company, definitely there will be a DHCP address. If you do not configure here, the user who is sitting in this VLAN will not get the IP address. Getting my point? So every time what you need to do, you need to create the DHCP address. Fine. After that, I told you here we are using the HSRP also. Yes, na? Everyone. Tell me. Right, na? So how can you create the HSRP? You can tell me. A standby. What is the command? For example, let's suppose version 2 we are using. Then who can tell me? Standby.
Preemption.
VLAN. For example, we are using the for VLAN 180, right now. I think in CCNA you guys do not know about actually how we create the HSRP on the VLAN basis. Right now, I told you I think how create the HSRP normally. Yes, na?
Yeah.
Yes.
But in real time, we create the HSRP on the basis of VLAN. Clear? How? Standby. Then you need to write the VLAN number. Then you need to write the IP. Then you need to write the which IP? Who can tell me? Virtual IP. You know, na everyone in HSRP. 10, 10, 180.1, for example. This is the which IP? In HSRP, you get the virtual IP address, right? Guys, I told you already these things.
Yes, yes, and virtual MAC address.
Done. After that, if you need to set the priority also, because you want na DR number 1 should be the primary. Yes or no? Right na? So what is the command? Who can tell me?
We set first preemption, or
Yes. First of all, set the priority. How can you set? Standby, then write VLAN, then priority. For example, 110. I set 110 priority. There na, because by default priority is how much? 100. So if you do not set the priority, then priority DR1 priority 100 and DR2 priority 100. It will tie na. But I do not want this type of thing. We want DR1 should always be primary. Fine. After this, you need to enable the preemption. What is the command? Standby. Then you need to write the again VLAN. Then you need to write which word? Print. What is print? Tell me. Right na? Everyone.
Yes.
Okay. Then and then you need to write what command? No. Cut. Done.
Hello, sir.
Mhm.
In access switch, you formate uh, the network as /8 subnet.
Not
So
getting better.
in access switch, you formate the network as white canvas the /8. So in SBI, the while subnet mask will be
Brother,
/8.
forget the subnet mask or forget the IP. I'm just giving you the example. Okay. Basically, in a real time network, whatever the subnet you are using, every time it should must be same. If you are using the /24, it means on DR, on access, on users, everything, everyone their subnet will be same. Okay. So just forget these things. Done. Okay. So guys, these are the things you did on DR. But one most important thing we are missing. What? Whenever the traffic will reach on the DR should forward this traffic where? Towards the firewall. Yes or no? Are tell me. Right now. And what we want? We want DR will forward every traffic towards the firewall.
firewall.
So what you will do? Tell me guys. Anyone?
Access list, no? Also on access list.
Hmm. No idea? Okay, no problem. Here you set the default route or static route. What is the command, guys? Who can tell me? IP, for example, default next hop address. For example, 10 dot 10 dot not 180. For example, 0.1 like this. This is what? This is the default gateway. This default gateway is configured where? Who can tell me? This default gateway is configured here
On firewall.
on the firewall. So now think what will happen. Every traffic reach on the DR. Fine. On DR, this is the primary and this is the secondary. Yes or no? Yes. On DR number on DR number 1, on VLAN number 1880, you assign the IP address. What is 10.10.180.2, right? On DR number 2, VLAN 180, you assign the IP address 10.10.180.3, right? And between DR1 and DR2, we are using the HSRP, and here we assign 10.10.180.1. Any doubt? It's clear? Tell me, right? And this IP address will be the default gateway for all the user who is sitting in VLAN number 180. This is the use of HSRP. Done, everyone.
Sir, every VLAN one default gateway compulsory, sir.
Sorry.
Every network VLAN compulsory one default gateway.
Yes, generally in a real-time network. See, there are two options. Either you can choose, if you do not configure the VLAN, you can create the HSRP also. But in a company, never. Because in a company, there will be a different subnet, different VLAN for different client, right? So for every client, you need to provide the default gateway. If you do not provide the default gateway, for example, here is 190. You must need to provide the default gateway for 190 also, na? If you do not provide the default gateway, then where they will send the traffic? Getting my point? Understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's the reason for in real-time network, generally we are creating the HSRP on the basis of VLAN.
Yes.
So traffic will reach on DR1. DR1 is the primary. So all the traffic will reach on the DR1. If DR1 will goes down, DR2 will become the primary. All the traffic will reach on DR number 2. Fine. On DR number 1, you already configure what? The default gateway. Right now, what is the default gateway? Towards 10.1. It means DR will forward all the traffic towards the firewall. Right? On firewall, we created what? Policy. What we created, guys? We created policy. Different policy. For example, miscellaneous. For example, there will be some IP address that will be miscellaneous. Right now, for every company, requirement is different. For example, many company want ChatGPT is dangerous. So that company block the ChatGPT at their network. Yes or no? And some company want ChatGPT is the productive one. So there will be allowed. Getting my point, everyone? Tell me. Understand? Tell me, guys. So on firewall, what we did, we create the policy. Fine. There will be a different policy. Now, for example, this is the Dell client, and this client, sorry, this is the Facebook client. Facebook client is telling, I want ChatGPT. And in your company, for example, company is thinking ChatGPT is not usable. This is open source, so definitely maybe it will create the problem for us. So by default, it will be allowed or block? Block?
Block.
No. Yes, na? On the office network, definitely it will be blocked. But this is the requirement of the Facebook. So what your company will do? Who can tell me? Do you guys understand what is my question? But again, I'm telling my question is, your company is thinking ChatGPT is dangerous. So that's the reason your company blocked the ChatGPT in complete network. Now, in your company, new client came, Facebook. And Facebook want ChatGPT in their network. So just tell me, as a network engineer, what you will do?
We create a new rule for this subnet.
Or just allow the
In the firewall.
ChatGPT for N180.
Again, I want to tell you one thing. When you check the firewall, now, there will be a policy. Or you can say list of policy. And I can show you like this. P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, like this. It means policy 1, policy 2, policy 3, policy 4, policy 5. In a real-time network, now always understand, block policy always be in the top. and allow policy all the way. Bottom. Okay? Understand? So for example, in policy number 1, there is the rule dangerous. The rule name is dangerous. And in this rule, for example, all the dangerous website is there. I understand everyone. For example, all the porn website, all the for example hacking website, like this, all the these type of website is in the dangerous category, or you can say in the dangerous what I can say, dangerous rule, dangerous policy. Then after in rule number 2, there will be a you can say rule number 2 is security. The name of the rule is security, and in this rule there is some website which you can say breach your data. So there is this type of thing. Getting my point, everyone? Yes or no? Yes, na. For
Yes, sir.
example, on policy number 3, there is the name of that policy number 3 is unused, and in this unused policy there is some URL. That URL belongs to, for example, gaming or high bandwidth. For example, if you use these type of URL, then your company you will use the high bandwidth of your company. So these type of thing here. And in rule number 4, there is policy is unnecessary, and here you see all the unnecessary URL. For example, ChatGPT is also a part of this one. Now tell me, as a network engineer, what you will do? You need to allow ChatGPT for the Facebook. Yes, Nabil is exactly correct. You need to allow, or you need to create the policy for Facebook.com, for Facebook client, for Facebook subnet especially. And you need to allow that ChatGPT for that subnet only. Yes. But my question is, this is the scenario I told you here, and this is the real time scenario actually how we are doing. So now think what you will do, and what you will do, and how Facebook how firewall will behave. Any idea? Generally in an interview, interviewer can ask you this type of thing. No? Okay. Think like this. I'm audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
For example, generally in real time, whenever a new client will come, na, we create the policy for them, special policy. Okay, why? Because every clients have different requirement, right? Na, whenever any new client will come, na, your TAM will hand over you around more than 50 URL or 50 website that that client want to access. Getting my point? So where you will allow these all the URL? Definitely you will allow that. For this you need to create the different policy. Getting my point, everyone? You need to create the different policy, and there you need to allow all the URL. Clear na? For example, in your company, or on Palo Alto, you already created 960 policy in your Palo Alto. So new client is Facebook. So you will create policy number 961. Yes or no? The name of the policy is Facebook browse. It means this is the name, just name. You can write any name, ABC, any name. And here what you will do? You will allow, or you will put all the 50 URL. Yes or no? Tell me. Right? Tell me right now. You will put all the 50 URL there in this policy, including the chat GPT. Done, everyone. Now tell me, if the user who is sitting here in the Facebook subnet, and see this, all this policy is allowed for the 10.10.180.0, this subnet. Now my question is, if this user is trying to access the chat GPT, is he able to access now? I
No.
created the policy for Facebook. This is the conceptual question, and this is the scenario based question. When you will go for the interview and you are telling, yes, you know something about the URL filtering, then definitely interviewer will ask you these type of thing. Answer is no. User will be not able to access the chat GPT. The reason is because, please remember, Palo Alto always check the rule from top to bottom. How, guys? From top to bottom. So when user is trying to access chat GPT, traffic will come to the firewall. Firewall check the policy number 1, policy number 2, policy number 3, policy number 4. When Palo Alto check policy number 4, here it will find this is unnecessary, and in this policy, who is blocked? Chat GPT is already blocked there. So on policy number 4, Palo Alto block it. No matter you already allow at 961, because getting my point, you already allowed at 961, but your Palo Alto, your firewall is not going to check at 961 because according to the policy number 4, your chat GPT URL is already blocked there. Getting my point, everyone? You guys understand? Are you tell me? Is this
Yes,
clear
sir.
to all of you?
Yes, yes.
So what is the solution? Solution is, if anything critical, if anything critical, so what you will do, you need to create here on policy number 4 is there right now, everyone. So you need to create one policy above policy number 4. Getting my point? For example, policy 3 and 4. For example, 3.5 you can create like this. Getting my point? So you need to create the policy number 3.5, and here what you will do, you will write the policy. Policy name is, for example, you write exception Facebook chat GPT. So whenever any other engineer will come, if they read the policy name, they can understand, yes, chat GPT, that is the exception for the Facebook. Getting my point? So every time whenever you are writing the policy name, please write the name meaningful. So if other engineer can also understand it. Clear now? So you write here name, and what you did, you just allow the chat GPT here with subnet 180. Now it will work. Understand? Anyone who do not understand, is it clear to all of you? Tell me, guys, right now.
Yes.
So all the traffic will reach. All the traffic will reach here onto the firewall. On with firewall, everything will be allowed or blocks. Every rule will check here. And what firewall will do? Through the firewall, who is connected? ISP is connected. Definitely one will be the primary and second will be the secondary. Yes or no? So what firewall will do? Firewall will forward all the, on firewall also we need to create what? Default route towards the ISP. Fine now. On ISP also there will be the IP, but this is not your job. This is the job of the ISP. Okay. So what firewall will do? Firewall will forward all the traffic towards the ISP. So basically that is the way how in the real time scenario our traffic will go, and how this is the way how we support the new client. Anyone who do not? Yes, there will be a different one more thing related to the growth. Growth means I told you, na, client is already established. It means network is already there. Getting my point, everyone? Network is already there. Only what happened? Number of users hired more. For example, right now, Facebook is in Facebook. For example, 100 users are there. Now Facebook is telling, I want 200 more users, and I am going to hire more than 200 users here. So this is called growth. This is not a new client, because for Facebook, you already created everything. On access, on DR, on firewall, you already created everything. This is the growth. So for growth, what you will do? You need to check the DHCP. For example, if you created the /24, so for /24, maximum how many IP address? 254 IP address is usable, right? Right now.
Yes.
Now 200 more users. So total users is now 300. It means if you are giving /24, you can't fulfill the requirement, right now. Then what you will do? Either you will create the different subnet, or either you will go with the /16. But generally in the maximum case, what you will do? You will create the different subnet. Getting my point, everyone? Understand? So for Facebook, what you will do? You will create two VLAN or two subnet. First is Facebook data 1. The subnet is 10.10.180.0/24. You create the different subnet. Facebook data 2, and subnet is 10.10. For example, 181.0/24. So for Facebook, how many subnet now? Two subnets. Getting my point? So maybe you can set 224 users here and 224 users here. Sorry, 254 users here and 254 users here. Now your requirement will be fulfilled. Getting my point, everyone? Anyone who do not understand? Guys, you need to watch this video 2-3 times. Then after you will understand something. Okay, na? Because you guys are just doing the CCNA and you guys are trying to learn the real-time scenarios, then definitely it will take time. Okay, so just watch this video 2-3 times, then after you will understand the complete scenario. Okay, I hope you guys understand something, how we extend the network, right? In case of growth, tell me.
Sir,
Right.
once again you can tell me, sir, extended growth mean?
Extended growth means, brother, for example, for Facebook, 100 users are already there in Facebook account. Okay, now Facebook is telling, I want to hire 200 users more, 200 people more. So now total bandwidth is how much? 300.
300, sir.
For example, for Facebook, you already assigned the network 10.10.180.0/24. If you already assigned this subnet, so by this subnet, maximum you can use 254 IP address. You can learn the subnetting and you can understand. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So maximum you can get how many IP address? 254. But your requirement is how much? 300.
300.
So it
And
means
yes, sir.
either what you need to do, either you need to create the different network. For example, you change the subnet mask, but generally in 99% case, we are not doing these things. What we will do? We will create the different subnet.
Network.
Yes, you can say. So for Facebook, you will create 10.10.180.0/24. That is previously you already give this network, right? Now
Yes, sir.
you will one more network, for example, 181. Okay, .0 and /24. That will be different. I'm not sure, but you will create the different one /24. So here 254 users will be there, and previously 254. Now how much? Around 500, right now?
Yes. Yes.
So that is enough.
Sir, its default gateway is provided 10.180, 10.180.181.100 is given, it's working.
Both network default gateway will be different.
Yes, sir. Both network are going to
create the different subnet. You need to do everything again what you did in this case.
Default gateway will be a ISP IP address.
Yes, IP address. For example, in this case, now your default gateway will be 10.180.1.
Yes. Both
On
networks are going same way.
DR1 you can create 180.2. On DR3 you can create the 180.3 like this.
Yeah.
Getting the point? Even on the access switch, if you want to configure any, but generally on access switch we are not getting. Please, so don't think like this. So basically, these type of thing you need to do. This is the scenario of the growth, and previously that is the scenario of new client launch. So on new client launch, so please remember what we discussed. We need to configure the access switch. On access switch, you need to configure the access port, uplink, everything. Okay, and then you need to configure the.
There are distribution routers.
Then you need to create that. Then you need to configure the DR. On DR, you need to create. You need to configure the uplink.
The
Right now,
uplinks.
same as you configured here. Same you need to configure on DR. On DR, you need to provide the. You need to create the access list also. Right now, HSRP also. Right, and after this, you need to configure the default route. Right, towards the firewall. Fine. On firewall, what you need to do? You need to create the policy and one default route towards the ISP. Clear na, everyone? And on firewall, definitely what we are doing, we are creating the failover. Failover means if one ISP will goes down, all the traffic will go towards the different ISP. Done na, everyone? So generally we are doing, for example, you create the default gateway. You know na, in static route also we change the AD value. Right now, so by this way we can create the failover. Done. Anyone who do not understand, it's clear to all of you.